Okay, so last night, while I very compulsively hijacked somebody's comment section on a TikTok video, I learned that I might have a soft spot in this area. And it's important to talk about it now because it's chick season and all the stores have chicks, and hatcheries are notorious for perpetuating this problem. Now, as a backyard pet chicken keeper, this does not matter one bit. It couldn't matter any less. But if you're somebody who's going to be breeding olive eggers, or you're going to be selling chicks or hatching eggs, this matters very, very much. Easter eggers are not Ameraucanas, and just because a chicken lays a colored egg does not mean that it's an Ameraucana. Ameraucanas are a recognized breed. Easter eggers and olive eggers are not. They are theoretically mutt chickens. This really matters in breeding because, like leg bars, Ameraucanas are true blue layers. They pass on a blue egg genetic. Easter eggers do not necessarily do that. I'm going to take you into my flock and I'm going to show you some examples of Ameraucanas. I'm going to show you some examples of Easter eggers, of olive eggers, and of leg bars, because all of these are colored egg layers and sometimes they get grouped in by hatcheries or people who don't know better to the Ameraucana name, and it's important to know the difference. But first, let's prove to Hank that I didn't spend $60 on this book for nothing. And let's take a look at the standard for Ameraucanas. Now, you won't find Easter eggers in this book because they are not actually an accepted breed. So, we will find Ameraucanas in the standard breed section. 226 are actually on 205 because I looked ahead of time. Ameraucanas, developed in the 1970s in the United States. You could screenshot this if you're interested, but basically just to make it easy and to not make a 10-minute TikTok video, let's skip right to the pictures. These are your accepted colors of Ameraucanas, but one of the things to take notes about Ameraucanas is that they have slate gray legs, no feathers on the shanks, and they have these muffs, but not tufts on the ears. They will also always have what's called a pea comb. Because I'm looking at one right now, let's start with an example of a chicken who is not Ameraucana. This guy is an olive egger. This guy is not Ameraucana. He is an olive egger, and you can really tell because of the feathers on his shanks. This lady is not an Ameraucana. She is an Easter egger. Take note of the yellow on the bottom of her feet and legs. Now let's take a look at some who are Ameraucana. This guy is a blue Ameraucana rooster. He is in here over Morans and olive hens, not Ameraucana. She's an olive. Look at the feathers on her feet. Not Ameraucana, olive. She also has feathers on her legs. Blue Ameraucana rooster. Ameraucana, this is an Isabel Ameraucana pullet and an Isabel Ameraucana cockerel. This is an olive egger, not an Ameraucana. Feathers on her shanks. Your Ameraucanas are true blue layers. They will pass on a blue egg gene. They can be used in olive egger programs. Sometimes those true blues sort of fluctuate along the scale and they might appear like a light teal or a light green, but not a green and not pinks. Finally, I'm going to show you some of my leg bars because this is the thing that got me started on all of this last night, is that somebody was sold some Ameraucanas from a feed store, but when I saw them, I knew they were leg bars, Creole leg bars to be exact. So let's take a look at some of mine. These are leg bars. You'll see a couple variants in colors with leg bars. She's more of a Creole coloring and so is he. And she's like very pet hatchery quality, but she's more cream and he is more cream. Those two girls back there are Golden Cuckoo Morans. They're brown layers. Leg bars are really often used in olive programs alongside well summers because the hens will pass on a sex-linked trait to their offspring. So you can have olive chicks who are sexable at hatch. I hope this brings you some clarity with some visual representations. I always feel like it's easier when I can see things as opposed to just reading words on a piece of paper. And hopefully I didn't just perpetuate my rant from last night.